What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Good rockin' morning. It is your boy FlippinStoop with a bright broadcast. It is early this morning. I haven't even been getting up till about 6 o'clock in the morning because I've been working till about 2 or 3. But no alarm clock needed this morning. My goals woke me up. You ever have that? You wake up early and you're just like, oh, you don't want to be up. And if you listen to your body and your mind and you go back to bed, you wind up waking up 6 hours later. I've done it numerous times, so I just decided to stay awake when I woke up at 5. And I went to bed at 2. But anyways, I got some exciting news for you this morning. Today I am going to... I finally crunched the numbers enough to be able to validate how much, at least in Michigan, guys, this is going to be Michigan statistics. Every state's different. Every state's salary is different for people with bachelor's degrees. And please let me bring this to you now so you don't get it misconstrued. I'm not bashing anybody's with a bachelor's degree. If you got a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree or a master's degree or a doctoral degree, congratulations to you that you can stay dedicated to something long enough and do some stuff that you don't want to do and follow through with it and actually graduate. That you should be patting yourself on the back for doing that, because most people can't even do that. But this is going to be this video. I've actually got some numbers that I get to share with you guys that shows. Okay, so the average salary, I'll jump right into it. Without further ado, we're going to jump into this, guys. And this is what dedication. Now, mind you, I have been reselling for about almost a year and a half now. My first store of 8 or 9 months failed completely, went under. I restarted a new store 10 months ago. So this is 10 months of work I've been putting in, okay? And has it always been easy? No. Is it worth it? I'm about to show you the numbers. Okay, so an average salary of a 4-year bachelor's degree in the state of Michigan is $61,038, or $61,038 and some change, which averages out to $1,173 a week. A month, that would be $5,083. Not too shabby, if you ask me. I used to always want to make it. I always looked at it myself. I remember growing up, my dad making $1,500 to $3,000 a week, depending on how many hours of overtime he put in and General Motors. And I always thought, man, if I can just make $1,000 a week, I'll be happy on eBay. And that's happened, and we've exceeded that. But that was always my number. Now my goal is bigger. I'm looking more towards $5,000 to $10,000 in a week, and then the thing is, you hit a landmark and you want more. So you'll grow more, right? Okay, so that's the ultimate goal. So your average salary of somebody that went to college for 4 years, guys. Now, this is 4 years. It takes somebody to do a bachelor's degree. Now, this is somebody's full-time. You're not going to get a 4-year bachelor's degree if you're going to school part-time. It's going to take you a little longer to do that. So this is 4 dedicated years of going to school in the state of Michigan with whatever college you choose to go to. Actually, no, some don't offer associates, but you can transfer your transcripts and so on and so forth over to another college that will set them and let you furthermore get a bachelor's degree. Now, once again, I'm going to go over them numbers. It is $61,038. Okay, is your average yearly income of somebody that's got a 4 years bachelor's degree. Now, whether that's a nurse or whatever it might be, right? In their weekly pay would be just shy of $1,200, just shy of $1,200, be $1,173, and their month would be $5,083. Now, I'm going to go over my numbers, and then I'm going to go back over their numbers, and then I'm going to show you the difference of what I'm making in 10 months opposed to what somebody is making in 4 years of going to school, okay? So my last 31 days has been $6,595, and this is the low end. I've had higher ends of this. This is one of my lower end months. $6,595.79. My weekly has been $1,522. And my yearly at this rate I'm going right now, which it'll actually be growing. But if I stayed right here where I'm at, listed the same amount of items, never increasing any more items, I would make $79,149 and some change. Okay, so now you remember the 4-year bachelor's degree guys, they're making $61,000 a year and some change. 10 months of eBay, $79,000, just shy of $80,000 in 10 months. Now, if you look at this and think about this, this is 10 months. Look at the time difference. They went to school for 4 years. Okay, they went to school for 4 years. That's 365 days, 4 times. And to get 61,000, I've been doing it 10 months, and I'm almost at 80,000 a year at this rate. The difference actually would be per year and per bachelor up to me, I'm making $18,111 more a year than somebody with a 4 years bachelor's degree. And this has been done in 10 months, guys. This is not me boasting about the amount of income, because you know what? The dollars don't even make sense to me right now. Like that yearly income, I know it's not going to stay there. It's going to increase. When that yearly income has 7 digits in it, then it'll mean something. And I'm not grateful for what eBay has done for us. Now, of course, guys, this is without taxes taken out, and so was the bachelor's degree without taxes taken out. But your average person in Michigan barely makes $30,000 a year. Okay, most people are making between $18,000 and $30,000 a year. Now, this is people that dedicate 40 hours of their life to a business, and that's literally slave laboring somebody. You guys, I am not putting. I am now. This day and age of me listing, I'm definitely putting in 4 to 6 hours of listing. I'm listing between 30 and 40 items a day. And I'm also going out and sourcing and finding, and that takes time too, right? I'm doing photography. I'm doing all the packaging. I'm doing everything from start to finish myself. And my fiance, I can't say that, because my fiance is helping me with inventory. So let me say that one more time. An average salary of somebody that's got a 4 years bachelor's degree in Michigan makes $61,000. I've been reselling on this store for 10 months, and as of now, my yearly income will be $79,000, $79,149. The difference is I would be making $18,000 more than your person with a 4 years bachelor's degree. Now, this is before taxes are taken out. Which averages me about $6,600 a week. And, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that's a month. So, yeah, I wish a week. It will be there. 6,600 is my average a month. And somebody with a 4 years bachelor's degree is about at $5,000, a little bit over $5,000. Now, again, guys, this is not to show you guys, because I want to show you, really, I don't even like exposing my numbers, because I know there's a lot of crooked people out there, and I know there's people that spend just as many hours as I do on eBay trying to hack people a day. So it's not like I'm putting these numbers out there to impress anybody, because I'm not whatsoever. What I am trying to do is encourage you guys and show you what you guys can achieve in 10 months. Yes, I've had prior eBay experience, but my first eBay store completely failed, and I sold everything. I probably had 20 items on my first eBay store that consisted of clothes. Now my eBay store is 99.9% nothing but clothes. I am selling mall brand items you can walk into any thrift store and find, guys, and you can do the same thing. My average cost of goods is between $1 and $7. It depends if I'm going to thrift sales, garage sales, if I'm finding my items on Marketplace. I've been sourcing a lot of my items from Marketplace. 1, it saves me a lot of time. 2, I know exactly what I'm getting before I even travel. Now, if I got to go to the thrift store, I don't know exactly what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get some denim jeans and some sweaters and some t-shirts, but I don't know exactly what I'm getting. When I'm getting something off Marketplace, I already seen the pictures. I know what I'm getting. I know how many denim jeans I'm getting. I know how many of this I'm getting. I know how many of that I'm getting. It's a done deal, sealed. They give me a price, If it sounds fair, I'm with it. If not, I try to negotiate with them. And if we don't meet on a negotiable level, that's fine and dandy too. I hope they sell it and have, and move on it. And I'm great. I'm just grateful that we have the technology we have today. You guys, did you just hear the numbers I said? You have in your hand. There are so many people that are walking around broke, and they do not have to be. They are choosing to be broke. There are so many people walking around with a device in their hand that can make them the same amount of income I just said. In $80,000 a year, I'm thinking about right now, that really ain't nothing. I'm not saying that there's not a lot of people that wouldn't jump on that, right? And you mean to tell me I can make $80,000 in less than a year? Yeah, I do. No, I'm not at $80,000 this year. What I'm telling you, if I stay at the same amount of items I'm listing right now, every single day for the next 12 months, I will make between $80,000 and $85,000 the next 12 months. That's what I'm telling you. And you can do the same thing. People waste so much valuable time. You guys, they value sleep over their success. People value scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube instead of putting some action into play. If you would just set your phone down for 4 hours a day and do something. Well, I can't because I use my phone to list. But if you're going to use your phone, use it to help you grow, opposed to sitting there looking at somebody else's life that you want and you're envious of, and then you talk shit about them and all kinds of other stupid stuff that values you no good. It does no justification for you. You guys, I do not have a college degree. I did go to college, but I didn't make it longer than a couple weeks. And I said, this shit's not for me. I didn't like high school, period. I knew something in the back of my head told me, you do not have to know all this shit to be successful in life. You don't have to. You don't have to be in a suit and tie to make $100,000 a year. You don't have to be in a suit and tie to make millions of dollars a year. Look at Eric Thomas. He's been between him, Gary Vee, Les Brown, and there's some other ones I'm forgetting their names. There's some of the top motivational speakers in the world, and I love Gary and I love E.T. because they have their own swag and they make millions of dollars a month. Matter of fact, some of them are making millions of dollars a month, and they go into corporate offices dressed the same way they do when they're out in public. They're so good at what they do, they don't have to dress the part to make themselves look good and impress people. They're just that damn good. And I love that. I've always believed it. I was brought up in a family where, dress to impress, right? My grandpa was a businessman. He owned some stores. My great grandpa was very wealthy. He owned a couple of machine factories. So entrepreneurship has been in my blood since before I even knew it. Before I even knew my grandfather's own businesses, when I was walking around, entrepreneurs in my blood. My brother Josh, for example, he's no longer with us, bless his heart, bro. He was a professional tattoo artist and by far one of the best in the United States for Japanese and Chinese traditional tattoo art. And not only was he one of the best tattoo artists, he tattooed all the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Pistons, which was super rad. I don't know exactly what year that was, guys. I would be lying to you if I told you. So I don't know which ones are walking around with his tattoos, but he also fabricated and designed his own line of tattoo machines. So he ran a business of tattoo machines. It's just entrepreneurship's been in our blood. I think my family's always knew, if you ever want to be something more than punching into a clock and punching out and knowing exactly how much you're going to make today and knowing exactly how much you're going to make at the end of the month, I think that we all knew that there was something more to life than just that. If you put the same amount of work into eBay, I'm telling you guys, if you put the work you're putting to in your factory job, in your nail technician job, in whatever job you do, I don't care what you do. If you go home, get on eBay, and start doing the same amount of work, is it going to be frustrating in the beginning because you don't know it? Yes. Let me give you an example. Was TikTok frustrating to you guys about my age, 40 years young, or in your 30s, when you first started using TikTok? Yeah, because you didn't understand the platform. Facebook was to me. I'm like, this is some stupid shit. What is Messenger? What is this? What is that? I was like, this platform's dumb, right? because it was because I was ignorant to it. It wasn't because it was a dumb platform. And eBay is going to feel that same way. You're going to get on there and it's going to seem large, and you're not going to know all the analytics behind it, and you're not going to know the main things you need to really be focusing on in the beginning. But after a long enough period of time and through some mishaps and some failures, you will figure the platform out and you will be able to grow at a substantial level. Right now, we are growing at a 46% monthly growth right now. I do believe that's going to plateau out a little bit pretty soon here, because I'm only going to be able to list so many items as myself before I got to hire somebody else, which will be coming soon too. So the reason I really wanted to show you guys these numbers, and I did write them all down, they're right in front of me here, is because it is possible for you to make way more money than you're making at your 9 to 5. And I probably really honestly know maybe a handful of people making $100,000 a year. Maybe, guys. Most people are living for between $1,500 a month to $2,500. Guys, that I've been there for 20 years, and something always told me in the back of my head, there's got to be another way. Justin, there's got to be another way. Dude, as hard as I went to work for companies, and like I said, I'm not boasting and bragging about how hard I work, right? But I've never went to a company where they said, I've went to a company where they said, dude, you got to alter your attitude because you got to play nicer with others. I didn't play too nice with others, right? I didn't like people getting in my way. I didn't like people interfering with my line of work, right? But I've never ever had a company say, dude, you work too slow. You got to meet quota. You know, I've literally had companies say, slow down and pace yourself a little bit. You know, that way you can make it throughout the day. And I would have made it at full pace anyways. But if you can take that same love and energy and put it into yourself and into eBay, you can make $100,000 a year, I believe, in a couple of years. In a couple of years to a few years, you can easily make $100,000 a year. Now, people be like, well, I don't want to put that much time in. But you'll go spend 4 years getting a bachelor's degree to make $60,000, $70,000. Now, don't get me wrong. There are bachelor's degrees that pay more than $61,000 a year, okay, in Michigan. But this is what the average, this is when I Googled it and did the research on it. The average person with a 4-year bachelor's degree makes about $60,000 a year, okay? You can make that on eBay. I know people that are making that in 3. I know people that are making that in 1 month. Actually, they're making about $50,000 in 1 month. Okay, we just seen that Chris from Daily Refinement just turned over $1 million in sales in 1 year. Did you hear what I just said? $1.2 million. He did that in less than a decade. I think Chris has been reselling for 6 to 7 years, and he's really picked up this past year when he teamed up with Tech and Sports. I think what Chris, I don't want to speak about you, whatever, but Chris was always trying to refine things within a store, and I think Tech basically come in, and correct me, Chris, if I'm wrong, I think Tech just basically come in and said, do one thing for the next year and do it consistently, and that's what Chris did, and it paid off. So, is it possible on eBay? Without a doubt in my mind, guys. And I had a lot of doubts throughout my past 10 months, guys. Throughout my past 10 months of reselling, I wanted to give up. I walked up to my fiance before and I said, babe, I'm ready to go punch in time clock. She says, if you do that, we're going to have some problems. She said, we're going to have some issues. You don't give up on your dreams, right? And I never knew, you know, I didn't wake up when I was 10 years old and be like, eBay's my dream. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have that. But what I always knew is I wanted to be self-employed and be self-sufficient and provide for myself and my family. And I am doing that now. And you can do that same thing, right? So people's biggest thing is their mindset's off. You're going into eBay thinking you're not going to make it. That's what most people think right off the bat. I thought the same way, guys. You're not alone. I'm not going to be able to make it. Am I really going to be able to get enough inventory built up to where I can make a steady stream of income? Yes, you can. You can do that by listing 10 items a day. 10 items a day, guys. That's an hour of your time. Once you get good at listing items, which how do you get good at listing items? List items every day. Make a whole bunch of stupid boo-boos. That's what you do. You make a whole bunch of stupid boo-boos and you learn over time. Okay, well, that item specific don't need to be filled out. And if I don't know the item specific, research it so I can figure it out and learn it to become one of the better listers there are on eBay. That way I get more efficient and I'm a faster lister with good quality listings. That will get you sales and consistent sales. Now, we all know consistency on a daily basis is what leads to consistent traffic and what leads to consistent sales. So you don't need no help there. You already know that. Everybody on YouTube talks about that list every day. That is the no-brainer to eBay, guys. Are there going to be hurdles? Yeah. But you know what? Like, just like I was talking about Facebook, the first time you've ever jumped on Facebook, it took you, what, a month or two before you really started understanding the platform? Well, guess what? It's going to take you probably that long, if not longer, to understand the basics of eBay, right? But if you do it every single day, day in and day out, one day you're going to be like, oh, that's what that is, right? That's what that is, right? Or you're going to get a message from somebody saying, hey, can you lower the shipping a little bit? Because I think $12 in shipping on a 4-ounce item's a little high. And you're like, oh yeah, that is a little high. Maybe I should alter that, right? So you learn little things throughout it. But the greatest thing is, guys, I just showed you the numbers. 4 years bachelor's degree in Michigan, average $60,000. 10 months of reselling on eBay, $80,000. I'm almost $20,000 more than somebody that went to school for 4 years. And I didn't spend a lick of time. You know what I went to school of? School of hard knocks and hustling and busting my ass and not valuing sleep more than work ethic. If you value work ethic more than your sleep and more than your lazy time, you will succeed on eBay. I promise to God. From the bottom of my heart, I don't give a shit what your education level is. I don't care what your nationality or ethnicity is, what church you go to, if you do or don't go to church. I don't care if you're pink, purple, yellow, orange, green, black, brown, white, freaking hyper pink. I don't care if you're an alien. If you put in and day out work into eBay, you will definitely succeed and make more money than you've ever made. I'm living proof of it, guys. I was incarcerated for 10 years of my life for being a young punk, right? In and out of jails and prisons and institutions for 15 years of my life because I couldn't put drugs down. I couldn't put alcohol. Do you know why I couldn't put drugs and alcohol down? Because I had no destination in life. And I felt guilty for not achieving what I know I can achieve deep down inside. If you're making steady progress on a daily basis, you will start becoming happy and confident within yourself. If you're not making any progress throughout your life, you're going to the same 9 to 5, punching in, punching out, same bills, same life, same wife. I'm not telling you to get a different wife, but I'm saying, same upset wife or whatever because the income's not coming in. Number one, reasons for divorce is financial, and then, of course, cheating in relationships. So, and I'm not saying you should marry in for money, but I tell you what, it does feel a lot better to be able to provide for your significant other in your family than depending on the state or somebody else to do it for you. It does feel good, and that will build you confidence. eBay is not just a platform, guys. eBay is an opportunity. If you don't want success, like most people, this is what most people want. I want success. One day I'm just going to wake up and all the money is going to be right. And no, it's not. You got to want it bad enough to sacrifice some things, sacrifice some leisure activities. Like Gary Vee says, he punted all his leisure activities since he was a teenage kid until he's in his 30s. And now well, if you guys know anything about Gary Vee, he is not hurting for pennies, right? And it's not all about income. It's what you build. And for me, it's more about being self-sufficient and be able to have what me and my family wants to have in life. That's what it's about for me. It's being able to provide, like I said, I was going to be able to provide for my fiance and 5 children, right? That's what it's about. 7 grandkids. 1 coming. Woohoo! Congrats! We got 1 new one coming. We're super stoked, super excited about that. So you really have to ask yourself this, guys. I said this in many videos, what is your why? And if you will not write your why down on paper and plan it somewhere where you're listing, because you're going to have to look at it because your mind's going to say, fuck this shit, dude, just go lay in bed. I can almost guarantee there will be a day or 4 out of the week where your mind tells you, okay, you listed 5 items, go to bed. I will almost guarantee it. And if you can fight that and list 3 to 5 more items, after what your mind's telling you to do, you'll succeed. Same thing is when I'm out for a jog, right? My first quarter mile, my legs are saying, stop. My legs are tight. They're like killing me. And every step I take feels like I'm picking up cinder blocks, right? After that quarter mile, it's game time. They're numb. They go, I got that old, that saying I always use, my legs go numb. I can make it forever, right? Because I got my wind. I can jog it with my mouth closed and just breathe normal, right? Because I got a pace I set myself at. And that's something you need to do with eBay. Set yourself a pace that is challenging, but you know you can accomplish. Don't set yourself a pace that you have no doubt in your mind you can accomplish. You almost got to set yourself up for a little bit of failure to grow. Make sense to you guys? Like, just for example, like if you go to the gym and exercise and you pick up 100 pounds on the bench press and you lift that every single day for the next 5 years, just 100 pounds, right? You're going to get buffed up. You're going to get cut up. You will. You'll show good definition, but you're going to plateau at a certain point. And you'll do the same thing on eBay. If you pick a number and if you want to make $1,000, here, I'll give you this right now. If you want to make $1,000 a week on eBay, bring home, list 20 items a day. 20 items a day that you can sell for $20 and up, right? Because eventually you're going to sell 20 items a day. You want to make $100,000 a year? Have like $277 a day in sales for 365 days, and that equals a little bit over $100,000 a year. That'll give you $100,000. If you guys can't visualize what it will take to get you there, you'll never get there. If you just going through the motions and you don't have no goal, you don't have nothing wrote down, you don't realize how much it's going to take. I look at that every day. Am I at the $277 a mark every single day? No, I'm not there every single day, but I'm at that number and above more times than I'm not. I'm just not there every single day. You know, some days I still have $180 days, $200 days, whatever. But one day, because I know the goal I'm shooting for is 100K a year, right? That's before taxes are taken out. And then once I reach that goal, I'll go up to the 500K. And then after I reach the 500K, I'll go up to $1 million. And you could do the same thing, guys. And I told you I went from $0 on eBay to $80,000 a year in 10 months, going into my 11th month. If I do the same thing I'm doing every single day right now, there is no if I'm going to, but I'm going to increase my listings. If I continue at this rate right now, I'll make $80,000 a year before taxes out. Again, a person with a 4 years bachelor's degree, $60,000. That's 4 years of their life they dedicated. And most people are dedicating 4 years of their life in schooling to become something that is just in high demand. They'll even teach you that throughout your counseling of college. Well, go towards a degree, go towards a career that's got a high demand. So really, you're just going for the money. That's all you're doing. Most people don't. I know people that are nurses that they do enjoy helping people out, but they don't even like being a nurse anymore, right? They don't like to do it. So they just went and got an 8-year degree or a 4 to 6 to 8-year degree, right? And don't even like what they do anymore. You know what that's going to cause in your life? You're going to be upset a lot of the times. You're not going to be happy with what you're doing anymore. You're going to have, if you have more misery than you have things you feel good about throughout your day, you're going to be a miserable, grumpy son of a bitch. I was there for 20 years, guys. I was a grumpy son of a bitch for 20 years. I could not believe all I'm bringing home is $300 a week, $400 a week from my job. That's kind of funny because I mentioned this to people that I was working with a couple seasons back when I was cutting grass, and the guy's like, "Oh, your business isn't even self-sufficient yet, and you're thinking about not coming back to the company?" I'm like, yeah, I still got to stick money into it from my own paycheck, you know, but I believe I can do it, I can achieve it, and now I'm making, I have $1,500 a week. I was making about $300 there. You do the math on how much I'm making 5 times as much, if not 6 times as much as I was making at that company, and that was a year and a half or 2 ago. I left that company, and there's nothing wrong with that company. I actually loved my foreman. He was awesome. He was just he had that good sense of humor that I got along with, and all the guys there. There's a guy Rob there. I miss him a lot. A guy I worked with named Floyd. He was a good guy too. There's just a lot of guys. We had a good bond. We had a good thing we did. You know what I just didn't like? I just didn't like the pay. Now, if they would have said, hey, man, I'll pay you $100,000 a year to keep cutting this grass, I might have not have never stopped. I might have been the $100,000 a year guy. You know what I mean? I might not have never been an entrepreneur. But when people push you to a point where you say, I don't want to struggle for bills anymore, you figure a way. And if you don't figure a way, you're going to be unhappy. You guys, I strongly encourage you to take eBay serious because the payouts are serious. If you're dedicated and you're putting in time, look at some of the people, guys, on YouTube. They're not making these videos because they did it in 4 months, okay? They're not making these videos because they made $1 million in sales in a year. They put time into it. But the majority of, listen to what Chris just did this. Congratulations, by the way, Chris, if I didn't say that in this video already, for your $1 million a year in sales. Now, he did that in about 7 to 8 years. Most doctors that have doctoral degrees that do heart surgery are not bringing in $1 million a year. Maybe 500, 600, 700,000. Some of them might be making $1 million a year, but look how much schooling they went to for that. Chris and I, we're going to thrift stores. It's not brain surgery. It's not heart surgery. We're finding the same name brands every single day, and we're reselling. And we can make the same amount as a doctor. You guys, self-employment, man, is it work? Hell yeah, it's work, man. Is it something you wake up and feel good about? Absolutely. Is it every day going to be great? No. But you have it within you. You guys, I make these videos every day. Why do I make these videos every day? Because I can't believe the success I'm having, and I want to share that with you guys because I know I'm not the only person in the world that can't not stand there 9 to 5. And I even liked what I did. I just didn't like the pay. I really did. I liked cutting cemeteries. That might sound weird to some people, but I liked making people's loved ones' area look good. Let's just put it that way. We'll word it like that instead of making the dead look good. But you know, I actually enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the people I worked with. Now, like I said, if I was making the amount of money I'm making today on eBay there, I probably would have never left. I'd probably still be there cutting grass. Why? Because it would have been a lot less responsibility. You know, running a business, you have to do it all in the beginning. I'd strongly, people ask, like, well, when do you hire people? I would suggest you hire somebody, and I can't make much suggestions because I don't have anybody working for me, but I would suggest when you can no longer list the amount of items you are listing each day because you are packaging so many items, then I would strongly encourage you to hire somebody, whether it's to start packaging items for you in the AM, maybe part-time, you only need them from 8 to 10 a.m. You pay them $50 for 2 hours work. It's $25 an hour. Somebody will do that. Or get them in the door. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get somebody in the door like that, and I'm going to start teaching them the system and have them watch me start taking photos. If I could get somebody to do my photography, I could probably list 80 items a day myself, comfortably. I did my first time last night, I did 40 items, guys, and I was pretty confident that I think I could have went up to 50 pretty confident, but I don't want to over push it. Because now I got to stay at 35 items a day. And staying at 35 items a day means that I have to have enough inventory 7 days a week to put. How much is that? Oh, let's see if I got a pen right here. I might. Let's see here. 35 times 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 5, 3, 21, 24. That's 245 items a week I would be listing from this point on. And being able to have that, you do the math, if you're spending even just $1 on every piece of inventory, if you're doing that, that's awesome. If you can find every single item for $1 and you're finding good quality items, you got a good pull on the game, right? But usually I spend between $1 and $7. Sometimes I'll pay upright, depending on what it is. If it's something Patagonia or something like that, I'll pay $10-15 for it if it'll sell, right? So usually though, I'm paying between, $1 and $7. I can't give you a straight up dollar amount. So if I'm paying $7 at that, that's that adds up pretty quick to 245 times. Let's do that. Let's do 245 times 7, guys. Okay, that would be 35 again. 28, 29, 30, 31. 14, 15, 16, 17. That's $1,715 a week that I need to be spending if each item is costing me $7. Now, guys, that's before tax and everything else. You might think, man, $1,700 a week, that is a lot to spend. No, it's not really, because you make a lot off that, right? People be like, but I don't want. Here's what I think holds a lot of people back. I don't want to wait till it sells to make it. Well, once you build your inventory system big enough, you don't even worry about when that item's going to sell. You set a price. Maybe once in a while you revise it. I don't know. If you make a good enough listing, you don't even got to revise it. But you set a price, and before you know it, you're packaging the item up and shipping it up. I really noticed once I got over 1,600 items in my store. You guys, my store only has 1,600 items. Now, if you're just starting, you might think that's a lot of items. But if you're like people like Daily Refinement and them, that's like 1 week for them. You know, if they're listing 150 items a day, I guess it's not 1 week, but it'd be like, you know, a couple months, whatever. But 1,600 items a day to you just starting out seems like a lot, but it didn't really. It took me 10 months, and if I would have been listing the amount of items I'm listing today every single day, it wouldn't even took me close to 10 months. Okay, I started out listing 10 items solid every single day, then increased to 15, then 20, then 25, 30, 35. Now I'm at 35. But really, it doesn't take you as long as you think. And once you have an inventory system, at least 1,500 or at least 1,000. My sales started growing really a lot when I hit 1,000. So once you have an inventory system that big, as long as you're listing items every single day and you have items people actually want, your items will sell. It does not matter. They will sell. I'm still selling things that I listed 10 months ago. So it will sell. I hope this video helped you guys out and encouraged you a little bit. You can make the same amount of income people with a 4-year degree is making in 10 months. Guys, it's up to you, man. It's up to you what you guys want to do. But if you put in the work, you stay hungry, you don't lose focus, don't get distracted, don't listen to any doubters. There are going to be so many people out there doubting you. You know, I have people in my family now saying, well, you know, if you need help doing something in that business, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're ready to walk off their jobs and come work for me. So I love you guys all. Have a blessed day. It's your boy FlippinStoop.